Hey guys, it's Dale. I'm here today to do my full review on the iJoy RDTA Box Mini. And yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in for an up close and personal. I'm gonna break it down, I'm gonna explain some things to you guys. And then we're gonna come up and talk about it just a little bit more. So let's get to it. The box that it came in, I actually ripped it apart by accident. So this will have to do, bear with me please. But this is what it's gonna look like whenever you receive it. You will have this box as well with this guy on a platform that I destroyed a couple minutes ago, didn't mean to. But this is the iJoy RDTA Box Mini itself. I think it's a really sleek piece. It's got this little carbon fiber situation. I mean, it's got some nice lines. Everything looks great. Even the etching on the cap itself is pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Inside the box, you also get, of course, your USB, some paperwork, a bag of O-rings, bits and pieces, some cotton and such. This is the replaceable RDTA deck itself. These are sold separately. You get one with your kit, but they are also sold separately, kind of like pre-built coils. Yeah, and they're done with a really nice coil inside. They look consistent. The cotton is also fairly nice. Yeah, so this actual device has an internal battery, so you don't have to worry about replacing any batteries. It is a standard, let me turn it on so y'all can see that. It's just a standard iJoy little screen here. You have your power, your temperature, of course your TCR, and a couple other settings as well. But what makes this device awesome is definitely this piece here. This is the buildable deck. So this is the one that you would actually build your own coils on. The post holes are fairly large. Yeah, and I think it works fairly well. This ring you do not want to lose. This is your little spacer guy. If you don't know anything about RDTA boxes, basically what they are is it's a dripper on top, and inside of here you would fill your juice. So it holds your juice in here, and you wick it down the bottom, which I'll show you in a second, and basically your tank is inside the box. So RDTA boxes are pretty nifty, and I think this one is one of the better ones out there in this price range at least. What you would do is you would take your rebuildable, or you would actually build your little coil guy. So here's the one that you would build yourself, and here's the rebuildable one. I'm going to use the rebuildable one for this video because it's easier. And what I like to do is I actually put mine on like this, and I stuff the cotton down in the sides here. Because these are already pre-built and pre-cut for you, the length of the cotton should reach where you need it to reach for it to wick properly. Whenever you're doing them yourself, one complaint I have about this mod is that the window here is not bright and is not large enough for me to see how far down my cotton goes in. But with the pre-built ones, you shouldn't have that issue. And then once that's on and your cotton's in, or if you build your own, it's on and your cotton's in, you would screw this guy on top. And I worried about it leaking, and I still kind of do. Like I've only had it about a week, I've only been using it about a week. I'm constantly worried about this thing leaking, but so far I haven't had any issues with that. But this guy does have a rubber like ring or gasket around the bottom of it. So just make sure you put that down, and you would screw it on. Yeah, and you would screw it on like this, and make sure it's tight. And as you can see, you have on the rebuildable one, on the pre-built one, you have your little air slots right here, and there's one on this side as well. Make sure that those are lined up. Juice up your coil, make sure those are lined up, and then you would unscrew the plug here, which I don't like, by the way. I don't think that, don't lose this. That's one reason why I don't like it. I feel like it should be attached, or a chain or something, but don't lose this. You would fill your juice in here. It does hold 6 mils of juice, and I tested that. It does hold 6 mils of juice. And you would screw it back on, and you should be ready to vape. It's a 100-watt mod. Yeah, I think that my favorite feature is this rebuildable deck. So let me take this one off and I'll show you the rebuildable deck. This is the rebuildable deck. It does have massive post holes, and let's screw it on there so you can see it on here. Here you go. So you would build your coil across here, and you would put your wicks down in through this little guy. I did find a couple of people prefer to put this, with the rebuildable deck, prefer to put this ring on and then wick it. I found that to be the simpler option, just because I didn't want my cotton getting tangled up inside of the threads. So what I did is I built my coils, I put my cotton through them, and I pulled the cotton up like this. And then I slid this over and I screwed it on, and I'll show you why I did that. If I were to have shoved it into the holes and then screwed this gold piece on, all of my cotton kept getting tangled in the threads, and I did not like that. That was frustrating me. I do wish that they were just a little bit bigger. So this is what the top cap looks like. I think it's pretty awesome with their bandana-esque etching on it, or print. And if you pull this off, this is your airflow control ring. So you can control the airflow. I built a couple of different ohm coils on this deck, and the top cap, I was assuming it was going to get fairly hot. It did not get hot on me whatsoever, even running anywhere between 90 and 100 watts. This drip tip is very nice also. My only complaints with this thing are definitely that little window. I wish it was a lot bigger, maybe even wrapped around, I don't know. And this fill hole. Those are my two main complaints with this thing. However, I absolutely love that they have the pre-built deck options. So if you're looking into starting to get into rebuildables, or just want the flavor of a rebuildable and not have to worry about rebuilding, this comes in handy. They do come in a 3-pack that you can get on our website for the RDTA Box Mini. And yeah, so let's come up and let's chat about it just a little bit more. Okay guys, so that was the breakdown of the iJoy RDTA Box Mini. Yeah, like I said, there are some cons to this. I do wish that the window was a little bit bigger. The fill port's kind of weird to me as well, and I do wish that the wicking holes were a little bit bigger on the deck itself. But I can see this being a great device for an on-the-go user, somebody that likes dripping, or RDTAs in general, and wants to have a single unit. And with iJoy actually having rebuildable bases for this, or rebuildable decks is what I should say. So you don't have to actually build your own coil, you can just go buy some. I think that that's pretty smart of them as well. But overall, I think it is a good piece. I think it is a sturdy piece, and I would recommend this to anybody that's looking into starting to deal with RDTAs or RDAs, this would be very, very simple for them. So that is my up close and personal and full review of the iJoy RDTA Box Mini, and you can get yours at vapewild.com. Bye.